Hello, this is a screencast of 3 new and emerging search services to accompany a DLTJ blog post on the same topic. My name is Peter Murray, and I will be leading you through an exploration of Wolfram Alpha, Google Squared, and Microsoft Bing, showing the ways in which each one excels and where they might come up short. At the end of the screencast, you'll have an understanding of the types of questions each is useful in answering, as well as some of the pitfalls you might encounter. For some more detailed information about each new service, I invite you to review the blog post at dltj.org/article/alpha-bing-squared. Boy, aren't these fun service names? So for each of these services, I'll make a search request that shows the special features of that service. Then for comparison, I'll run the same search in the other 2 services so you can start to get an idea of which queries are useful where. And of course, this is just the briefest of introductions to each, and I encourage you to perform your own explorations. If you encounter interesting results, please add a comment to the blog post so I and others can learn along with you. The first service we'll look at is Wolfram Alpha. It is perhaps the most unique of the 3 services we'll see in this screencast in that it calls itself a computational knowledge engine. You can, in fact, ask Alpha what it is and it will tell you. The difference between Alpha and other services is that it computes the answers to factual questions, and it does so with a large and growing store of facts that are curated by the Alpha team. You can ask it, for instance, what is the area of Ohio, and it comes back with the result in square miles along with other geographic properties. Or you can ask it, what is the distance between New York and San Francisco, and it comes back with the distance along with other different units, direct travel times, and a map showing the path between New York and San Francisco. You can even ask it about the weather. It knows roughly where you are based on the IP address of your computer, and so it can tell you this information. If we conduct the same kind of search in Google Squared, we get a kind of answer. Google Squared can answer a different kind of fact-based question, and we'll learn more about Google Squared later and see why this wasn't such a good query for this service. We can also ask the same thing of Bing and get the sort of results we would expect from a general search engine. Wolfram Alpha is marketing itself as a different kind of search engine, and I encourage you to explore its capabilities by looking at the examples by topic and also the visual gallery of examples. The second service we'll look at is Microsoft's Bing. Bing replaces Microsoft's previous search engine called Live and adds a few new features to the capabilities of a general web search engine. In particular, the Bing engine specializes in deep knowledge about shopping, travel, local business and information, and health-related research. It is also unique among the popular general web search services in that it will offer a faceted search refinement in the left sidebar. For instance, if we search for Columbus, it shows search refinements on the left side for airport and weather. These refinements will change based on what Bing knows about the search term. For instance, if we search for another location, Seattle, the search refinements change to weather, restaurants, attractions, and so forth. If we search for Columbus and Wolfram Alpha, the service initially assumes that we're looking for information about Christopher Columbus the person. But we can change knowledge domains by selecting the city instead and get the kinds of factual information we would expect from Alpha. A search for Columbus in Google Squared brings up a hodgepodge of results from towns and proper names to monuments. I don't think Google Squared really knew what to do with this query, although it tried to bring back something. Look to Bing as a possible substitute or replacement for Google's and Yahoo's main web search engines. Also see the blog posting on DLTJ for a tip on a service that will show you which of these 3 top web search engines might give you the best results. The final service we'll look at is Google Squared. Squared is in the Google Labs at the moment, meaning it's a work in progress and may change or disappear abruptly. Still, even with that caveat, it's a useful tool to have in your toolkit. The name Squared refers to its ability to construct a 2-dimensional table of facts, presenting the results in a form similar to a spreadsheet. You start by giving Squared a general search term, for instance, Republican governors. And it returns results for this search along with columns of facts about them. In this case, an image of the individual, a description, date of birth, religion, and so on. We can remove columns, such as this somewhat useless political party column, and I ask Squared to add additional information, such as state. And Squared will attempt to fill in that column. Unlike Wolfram Alpha, where the facts are curated by humans, Google Squared searches and parses web pages for the facts it needs. We can hover our mouse over a cell to see what the source is, in this case Wikipedia. We can also click on cells to see alternate values. So as you can see, much like a lot of information you get on the web, you'll need to cast a critical eye on it and evaluate the sources to determine if you're getting the answers to the questions you think you are asking. Again, in comparison to Wolfram Alpha, if we conduct the same search, we get a response back that Alpha is not sure what to do with our input. This means the human curators of the Alpha knowledge base have not added any information about Republican governors yet. If the Alpha team is to be believed, though, it's only a matter of time before they get to it. And finally, the same search in Microsoft Bing brings up the same sort of answers that we would expect from a general search engine. And in this case, Bing has no specialized knowledge about the topic, so we don't see the search refinements on the left. This concludes this brief tour of 3 new search services: Wolfram Alpha, Microsoft Bing, and Google Squared. More information about these services is available in the blog posting at the URL on the screen, along with a tip on a blind taste test of the 3 major search engines, and a place for you to leave comments about what you've found on Alpha, Bing, and Squared. Thank you for watching.